My name is Hill Harper, and I'm an actor and an author. I got started in the entertainment business simply. I was in college taking acting classes, theater. I was doing a lot of theater and ended up going to grad school, continuing and doing theater, continuing acting and studying and taking classes. And I really loved it. I was passionate about it, and it's an art form that I really fell in love with. Some of the challenges that I faced is really the uncertainty about, well, I know that I love acting, and I know that it was something where I had talent, and it was something where I knew I could cultivate that talent by working hard and studying and improving. But the challenges happened to be the fact that I had no family in the entertainment business, so I had no idea, well, how do you actually have a career as an actor? How does that work? What are the steps you need to take? I didn't know anybody, had no clue, no relationships, nobody that I could ask advice of. So I was kind of, very new and fresh, and just trying to figure out how I could navigate a journey as a career as an actor. I was inspired to write my first book, Letters to a Young Brother, Manifest Your Destiny, because as an actor, a lot of schools would invite me to speak because they knew of my education background, the fact that I had 2 graduate degrees from Harvard. And they liked the fact that because, a lot of the students looked up to entertainers, and they wanted the student to make the connection between, okay, you like this entertainer, but he got his education first. And so I would get invited to these schools, and I realized after I would talk that a lot of young brothers would come up to me afterwards wanting to know more. And you start scratching below the surface, you realize that a lot of our young men are out there, 3/4 of whom are being raised by single moms who are doing the best they can, but they're thirsty for male role models. They're thirsty for someone that's a male to help them navigate their decisions and their choices from going from young manhood to manhood. And I realized that obviously I couldn't stay in touch with every single young man I met. So could I write something? Could I create something that could be a manual, a life manual, to navigate the choices to go from being a young man to an adult male? And that's how Letters to a Young Brother, Manifest Your Destiny came about, and then the subsequent books followed. I think that every person in the public eye, male or female, are automatically role models, and I think it's even more so true for individuals who look like people who normally don't have positive role models in their lives. And so what does that mean? It means that it's heightened. Why is it heightened? Because there are fewer symbols or examples of. So therefore, you take on a bigger or larger importance. And so for me, when I hear actors, athletes, musicians say that they're not role models, it's not true. They're being looked at, their actions are being looked at and studied, and subliminal check marks are being made in young men and young women's minds about what's acceptable behavior and what's not. Through my foundation, I work with so many young people, and I can see the impact that pop culture, sports, and entertainment and music have on our young people. And so it's so important, it's so critical that all of us realize our responsibility in that regard, and what type of image we portray, and how we all can affect pop culture. My foundation is called the Manifest Your Destiny Foundation. It's taken from the subtitle of my first book, Manifest Your Destiny. And we are specifically charged with helping, empowering, educating, and giving the tools for a better life to traditionally underserved young people, both male and female. And we have a Summer Empowerment Academy that's totally free to all the participants. It's this version of a summer school or summer camp. And it's called SEA, Summer Empowerment Academy, and we offer that to those students who are interested and want to do it. And it's a great empowerment camp. And it's all for 8th graders transitioning into 9th grade. We really want to deal with the dropout crisis. We really feel that education, to me, is the foundational element that you can build a life from. If you don't have education, you don't have choices. If you don't have choices, if you have limited choices, then you make limited decisions about your life. And that's why we're seeing the mass incarceration crisis and all of these other things that come out of that. We can draw direct parallels between the dropout rates escalating and the incarceration rates escalating. It's all about choices. And education buys choices. And so I'm a big advocate of preparing young people to understand why they should look at school as an opportunity, how they can enjoy it. I like to argue that you can educate kids, you're competing for their attention. And so in my Summer Empowerment Academy, they have a great time, we have fun, and we hopefully make education fun. I just completed filming and producing a film called 1982, set in Philadelphia. In Philadelphia in 1982. It's right around the time that crack cocaine was introduced into our urban areas, in particular places like Philadelphia, and it ran through certain communities in Philadelphia. In fact, the story is based off the true life story of the filmmaker, writer, director Tommy Oliver, who's from Philadelphia, and his mother was addicted to crack cocaine, and it ripped the family apart. We shot, this is the first time I've ever done this in my career, we shot the film. The main location was in the actual house where he grew up, the actual bedroom where he lived, the actual kitchen, dining room where he ate. We shot those scenes in that house. Very powerful experience, and we really, I think that we have a film to be very proud of. The cast is fantastic. Sharon Leal, Bokeem Woodbine, Quentin Aaron, Omar Benson Miller, Wayne Brady. Amazing cast, amazing group of actors. Lala Anthony, Elise Neal. So it's a wonderful film. It's a period piece. Hopefully it catches the essence of a time and place, and hopefully it'll be a powerful story. There's an amazing young actress in our film 1982 named Troy Z, and she is one of the most brilliant, talented, amazingly intelligent, spirited young women that I've ever worked with. I love her to death. I think that she is going to be a major star. I think that she is going to be brilliant in anything she decides to do. And her spirit, and it really shows. Her mother is the same way. Her mother is a brilliant woman, and you could see how Troy became so brilliant because of her mom. And I'm so proud that is who ended up in the movie, and then I'm proud that I got to play her father. It was fantastic shooting 1982 to work with a young performer who was so professional, so giving, and great, and having a wonderful connection. We play Sudoku all the time together, and we would laugh and joke, and because we spent so much time together. Because she and I are in a bulk of the scenes of the film, and we're in those scenes together, and we just had a wonderful working relationship. And it was wonderful having her mom on set all the time. And it just reinforces the importance of parental guidance, positive parental guidance. Seeing her mother interact with her, and then it was a clear vision of how, if the parent is there with the child, for the child, she wasn't a stage mom, she was a nurturer. She was like, if Troy doesn't want to do the film, if she's not enjoying it, she won't do the movie. It's not about pushing her to do it. It's about, do you like it? And I would always check in. It's like, do you feel comfortable with this scene? It was very emotional. The film was very emotional, and I didn't want, nor did I didn't want her or her mom to feel like it was putting her in a negative situation in any way, shape, or form. There's one point where she had to act like she was shot, and the scene where I come in and I find her. And I don't want to spoil anything for the movie for folks, but I was very emotional, and there's a lot of blood and all sorts of things. And I really wanted to make sure that she was okay with it, because that can be sort of traumatic, for a young person. And because sometimes it gets blurry between reality and non-reality and all of that. And so I just had a wonderful time working with her, and I'm very proud of the film 1982. And I'll tell you this, I haven't even seen a cut of it yet. I haven't seen a frame of it yet. And I'm proud of the movie because of the process, because of how we shot it, what we did, and the goals of the film. Now, hopefully, when people see the movie cut together, and they'll be impacted in the same way. Usually that happens oftentimes. What you feel on the set can oftentimes translate to the viewer. But I'll tell you, even if it doesn't, I'm still proud of 1982. And I'm really proud of the film. the wonderful thing about technology, there's been some beautiful things about technology and some not so beautiful things, but the wonderful thing that I found is that we all can connect with each other now. You know, for instance, I look at my Twitter all the time, and I've met people and been able to send things and encourage people. There was a young man that was considering suicide. His mom reached out to me through Twitter. We were able to talk to him. So remember that we're all connected, and if something's going on in your life, we can all stay connected. I'm on Twitter. It's at Hill Harper. You can follow me, check me out. I'm tweeting stuff all the time. And we can stay connected. And that's the most important thing I think about the future of our business. If folks want to see the types of projects that I want to create, the 1982s of the world and other things, then you have to support us on social media. The reason why is that right now, these big companies who are deciding what they're going to finance and put their money behind are looking at things like social media. And also, if I can afford to do something independently, bare bones, and then distribute directly through Twitter, through Facebook, through social media, and I can afford to do it, I can do it over and over and also give other filmmakers an opportunity. So social media and Twitter and other forms of social media are going to become distribution platforms. And if you want to see projects like 1982 and subsequent projects, then support us. Support the people you like. Because it's been too long in this business that we have not had the power to distribute, and we still don't on a wide scale. But now the barriers to entry because of technology are coming down, and unless we seize the day, we're going to continue to allow other people to tell our stories.